Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to do a box opening of the new RC four-wheel drive 1982 Toyota TF2. I got this in this week, picked it up yesterday. I know there's a lot of videos of this one out there already because it's been out for just over a week, I guess, maybe two. But I got mine yesterday. That was pretty quick for getting it in Canada. So we're going to open the box. We're going to go through some of the changes. This is a completely, well, not completely new platform for RC four-wheel drive, but they have made some significant changes. We're going to go through those. We'll get it out of the box. We'll have a look at what's in the box, and then we'll sit at the bench. Normally I don't do videos this way, guys, but I thought I'd try something a little different today on the intro. And just want to give a quick shout out to my buddy RC Noof, who lives in the same town as me and has just become, about a couple weeks ago, I guess, a little bit longer than a couple weeks ago, has become a new RC four-wheel drive team driver here in Canada. So I think he's only the second one in Canada. He lives about a block away from me. We're both RC four-wheel drive fanatics. So I just want to give a shout out to RC Noof. Congratulations to you for getting that awesome title as a team driver for RC four-wheel drive. So stay tuned, guys. We'll get this out of the box. I'll readjust and we'll have a look at it and see the differences. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Okay guys, so here we go. We'll get into this box. We'll have a quick look at the box. I don't normally just go through the box, but this is a new truck and I just want to go through what's on the box. So of course you've got your two options. You've got the blue and the red. I selected the blue. I did see the red at my hobby shop. I'm not a big fan of red, but this red that is on the truck is pretty sweet actually. The owner of the hobby shop where I ordered mine through and got my blue one had the red one, and he was putting it out on display on his shelves. That is Avalon Hobbies here in Medicine Hat, Alberta. So he had the red one, and I did like the tone of the red. I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe I should have got the red one when I saw it, but I like the blue. Eventually, maybe I will end up getting the red body for it. And then I can swap in between the two of them. But yeah, so you got the two versions. I got the blue. Trailfinder 2, 1982 Toyota licensed pickup. They've done some really nice stuff with this. RTR version, of course. I'm sure they'll come out with all the pieces and parts to build one yourself eventually. It's the regular chassis. They have changed a bit of the axles, and we'll go through that. Once we get it out of the box, we'll go through some of the stuff. We'll talk briefly here on the box. Of course, beadlock wheels, all the same RC four-wheel drive goodies that they always come with. We've moved the box over. Not much of a difference here for the box. Sorry guys, I got it really close to the camera there. All right, nothing new there. The backside shows that the blue one. So it does have some changes in the axles. It does tell you that these are the, I think, XVD axle shafts, so a little bit different axle shafts. You've got the 22R motor insert, of course, included in this with the opening hood, and that's just awesome. Like, to get the TF2 Toyota truck with an opening hood, that's a step forward. I would love to see it with opening doors next. Just like their other body kits, like the 1987 extra cab, the doors open, all that. I believe it comes with not the full interior. We'll find out when we get into it, but it has the interior. It just doesn't have the door panels because, of course, it doesn't open. So you don't need the door panels, but I would like to have the door panel. We'll see what's in there. And the big change for sure is axle over leaf, which I'm excited about, is getting that axle over leaf, which drops the truck a little bit lower. They've changed the shocks. They have an X-Ring Tech shock in this now, which is supposed to help with leaking. I don't normally put any fluid, but a couple drops in the shocks anyways, and I usually take the springs out. We'll see how that feels when we get it out of the box, because these do have the super soft leaf springs in it also, from what I understand, so we'll have a look at that. Standard wheelbase, I believe, on this truck also. It is the 284 millimeter or 11.2 inch wheelbase. The original, it shows you here on the box, hopefully you guys have seen that, the original axle setup for the steering and the knuckles. Now they have a dual bearing, and they've got longer screws for better grip and less thread release, I guess, or stripping of the threads and backing out from the threads. So that is a change. Nothing else new there. I think that, and we got this side, which is your normal breakdown of the chassis. Of course, again, the motor, the new shock setup with the X-Wing tech in guts, I guess. It's an insert in there that is supposed to help stop the leaking. Sorry, that was my computer. And then the leaf over mounted or leaf under mounted. So you can do both on this. I'm really excited to see the leaf under. All my other trucks are leaf on top of the axles. You get the RTR version, of course, so you get everything you need to get up and running, and your nickel metal hydrate battery. I still don't know why they're giving nickel metal hydrate, but it does get you out and running right out of the box. So let's get into the box, get it out, and of course, RC4WD's new packing way in the last couple years, I guess now, has been usually in 2 boxes. The body is separate from the chassis, and from what I've seen on YouTube already, that's the same, because like I said, I'm not the first to have one of these. That is for sure. Team drivers definitely have gotten them and released them. So we'll get her out of the box. Get this side open here. We just need to open one side, and this is the side with the I'm sitting right beside the camera, guys, so the intro is done a little differently. So we've got a white box. I'm assuming that's the radio. Got another box, which is probably some parts, and of course, when you get inside, you've got 2 boxes. So one will be the body, one will be the chassis. So I will pull those out, and we'll do one at a time here. Sorry for the camera view, but my studio / hobby room is not set up the greatest for doing box openings and on-face videos, like seeing me opening the boxes. So the intro was a little bit different, but both boxes are going to come out at the same time, so that's fine. And like I said, I'm sure most of you have already seen this, but I got to get some more content up. And I do want to say I did upload a video. Oh, there's our sticker sheet. So we get some different stickers there. Yeah, U.S. flags. Like I'm a Canadian. Put some Canadian ones on there, boys. Jesus. What else we got on there? Some RC4WD license plates, just your regular, and some different hood stuff. But I got the blue, so I'm not sure why they give me this color. They should have gave me a blue set, but that's okay. RC4WD, just make note. Maybe you can change the colors up if you're giving a blue one out. This would probably look better in blue, some of these stripes, and different colors, shades of grays and blues to go on. But anyways, that's your sticker sheet. We'll get that out of the way. We'll get the box out of the way, and we will move. So there's your chassis. We'll start with the chassis. We'll get this one out of the way. Hopefully you guys are hearing me well. I think I'm having issues with my wireless mic, but we'll see. Maybe it's just how I have it mounted on my shirt. I don't know. Last video I did in the shop, it was kind of quiet that I used it. I don't think I used it for my last video, which was the tour of my hobby room, my RC hobby room, and I will tell you, I really appreciate all the views. 1.4K views I got on that since I uploaded that last Sunday. So that's really good. I appreciate everyone coming, and I think I gained 34 subscribers off of that video. So if you're new to the channel and you just subscribed because of that video, thanks so much. Hopefully you guys come back and watch more content, and you keep subscribing. Like I said, it's free. It doesn't cost you nothing, and hopefully that has helped get some more subscribers by saying that, because it really is. I subscribe to so many, and I've gone in and seen who the new subscribers are that are visible, and I've subscribed back if you have a channel with videos up. If you don't have a channel with videos up, I do appreciate you subscribing still. And like, I don't like that they put that hole there for the motor, but so we'll get that foamy out of there. So there's your chassis inside the box. I like it. So maybe I should open it. Let's open it from the other end. See if I can get that motor through that hole. Again, from my last video, if you watched it, I have a thing with boxes. Don't ask me why. I don't normally keep these boxes, but yeah, I got a thing with RC boxes. I'm running out of space in my hobby shop. And that one's taped closed too, so we'll cut that. And I don't care how long this video is. You can watch it to the end, or you cannot. Just play it when you go to bed. That would be greatly appreciated for the views. I need watch hours. Not so much the views, I guess, but the watch hours to get up into the monetized side. But it's not a big deal for me, but it does come with some perks that I can, you know, do some different things on the channel. I'm not looking to make money, that's for sure. All right, yeah, we're just gonna, there we go, that's better. So the chassis, there is our chassis. Anything else in the box? Yep, so you get the, in the chassis box is your manual, your owner's manual, which is always handy to have for parts. TF2 is a TF2, but there are some changes to the axles and the blocks for the axles and the leaf mount. So you get your box. You're big, don't eat that, but it's big. Like, I don't know, RC4WD Drive does the big silica gel packs, boy, I'll tell you. So if you need to keep moisture out of something, keep a hold of these. I used to for my 3D filament, but I got too many of them, so I stopped collecting them. And you get your bag of nickel metal hydride battery. God, I got a few of those now. Your charger with all the adapters for all the different types of power connections in the world. And of course your RC4WD Drive batteries, which I throw into my backpack as backups. I use the lithium, the Energizer lithium ion batteries. They're amazing. Use those things if you don't have rechargeable batteries. Use those lithium ion from Energizer. They last me like almost all summer. But when they go, they go. It's a lithium ion. They don't, no warning. They just poof, they're done. So there is your chassis. So we'll get everything out of the box, show you what's in the boxes first, and then we'll readjust again to the main bench, and we'll start to go through some of the parts. So there's your chassis. Oh yeah, she's a little softer than my last TF2, that's for sure. As it does have the new shocks, or the new, the new super soft leafs that RC4WD Drive is offering now. And yeah, not too bad. She's stiff though, but that's a new truck. So we'll get that out of the way. Radio. We'll save the best box for last, which is the body, because it's amazing. Like I said, I saw the red one yesterday at the hobby shop, and oh my God. I kind of was upset that I didn't get the red one, just like I said earlier, but I'm not a big fan of red. I don't mind different shades of red, but your normal RC4-wheel drive radio, I don't even know what that brand is anymore. Again, I'm going to be swapping that out for the rugged, of course. I have a receiver. I got one left, I think. I think it's only a 3-channel though. Yeah, I think it's only a 3 or maybe even a 2-channel, but that's okay, because all you need is for the lights, you can use the battery connection in that. So there's your radio. And I think that's it for those boxes. Yep, and now it's the whole cream of this rig. To me is yes, the changes on the chassis, the different tires, different wheels, and the changes to the axles and stuff, but the body is just amazing. And I can see in there that it is the blue one. Hopefully I can get this out running. This is the Labor Day weekend, by the way. It is Friday. I have the day off work, day off of duty, so I don't have to be at the base today. And I'm off until Tuesday, so that's good. And I will say that it's supposed to be a hot weekend here, 31s again here in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. So I'm hoping I can get out and do some running and maybe have the new team driver RC Noof join me, and we can do because he has one of these, of course, and we can get out and do some running with these. He has the blue one also. Would have been nice to have one of each out there running, the two of us, but it is what it is. I wanted the blue, so I bought the blue. And he received the blue from RC4WD drive. So there she comes. I really like how they're starting to pack these. They are packing them way better with the 2-box system. I kind of like it. A little bit of waste of cardboard and that, but if you are like me, you recycle. So there she, oh, I just love that blue. I haven't seen the blue one in person, just on YouTube. Yep, I really like that blue. That is a nice blue. I'm glad I went with the blue. So we'll get that out. There is our body. We will we'll get a closer look at that. So there it is, out of the box. Everything you get from in the box. You got your chassis, you got your body. Yep, there is door panels. I think there is door panels in there. We'll get into that. You get your batteries and your charger. You get your manual, and you get the remote. So there's what's in the box. I'm going to readjust the camera again. We'll get over onto the main workbench where we'll go through some of the changes and the updates to the chassis, and we'll have a closer look at the body, and then we'll wrap the video up. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. No, we aren't going to readjust. I forgot this box. So this box probably has the bumpers and all the extra stuff that RC4WD drive loves to give out. So let's move this stuff out of the way. Yeah, we got some stuff in here because I forgot about that box. So you've got your inner fenders for the front. So it's really nice that they give you those. They're Lexan and they're painted already. So you just got to install those bad boys, and you've got the inner fenders for the front. I really like that they're including those now. Goodie bag. Some extra leaves in there. We'll go through this a little bit more over on the bench. So you get your goodie bag. There's quite a bit of stuff in there. We're going to have to go through that. Of course, your bed pins that I never use. And you've got your front and rear bumpers. So that's what you get in the box. So I'll readjust and we'll go through that, and we'll go through the truck, the body, and the extras. Hang on tight. Okay, guys, we are back on the bench. And I'm just going to, hopefully you guys are hearing me well, I'm just going to run the audio off of the DJI Pocket itself. I'm not sure. I kind of reviewed the videos in the past with the wireless mic, and they weren't so good. So there she is on the chassis. I don't have it buttoned down on the chassis or anything yet, but we'll go through that. But yeah, love how that looks on there. Where do we start on this thing? Do we start on the body? Do we start on the chassis? Well, let's just take the body off and we'll start on the chassis, because the body is the best part. The chassis is a TF2, of course, but with a few changes. So yeah, so on the TF2, the only changes, the chassis rails are the same. The big changes are, of course, the new shocks with the X-Tech or whatever they call it, X-Ring Tech inside to stop them from leaking. I will be going in there and taking the springs out and seeing how it lowers it down. I still want it to be a little bit lower, sitting a little lower. I like these trucks to be a little bit lower. They've got, of course, the BF Goodrich, what are these? BF Goodrich All-Terrain KO2s tires and steel beadlock wheels. So they are a new version, maybe not. They seem to be, well, they're a little loose on there. So I don't know, they should be good. And of course, this is a metal chassis, mostly metal parts. So again, I'll be going through it all and tightening everything down, just checking to make sure everything is tight. Comes with your 45 turn RC4WD drive standard motor, the Outcry ESC. I may look at changing this out eventually. I'm going to run it stock for its first run, of course. I'm thinking Fusion 1200 kV maybe. I do have to figure out how it's going to fit in there with the motor. I don't think it'll fit with the engine bay that's in the body. So from what I saw on RC Everyday's channel, if you get some of these spacers and you shorten it down, these spacers, short down your spacers a little bit, it'll fit. The Fusion SE will fit in there. So I might look at doing that. I do have a couple 1800 kVs on the shelf still, but I'm not sure if I want to put that much into this truck or just go with the 1200. But we'll run it stock with the 45 turn. I do have some other motors. I do have a 45 turn HexaCorp that I might swap this out. I usually swap these out for the HexaCorps when I was running the 45 turns. I try to go a little bit smaller in turn now, like 11 to 14 turn in most of my rigs, or the KV, the Fusion SE. So we might change that out. And of course, the best part of all of this for me was the axle over leaf. So there is a new system there. It's a new block system. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. Let's try to get in there on that. So it's a new block system. You got a block on the bottom and it's rounded under the leaf. Yeah, it's on top of the leaf, and then the block for the axle, you can mount it on, you can change this, you can mount it on top or below. I'm gonna love trying this below. Steering, they say they've upgraded the steering servo. They say it's a little bit quicker. We'll see how it is. I run them until they die and then I change them out, but I've had no issues with the RC4 drive twisters. I think I still have all stock ones in all my RC4 drives that were RTRs, and I've had no issues with them. So we'll run that. Same Punisher drive shafts. Doesn't look like there's a change there. I wish they would just start installing, one thing RC4 drive you should look at doing is just start installing the low profile transfer case mounts. I'll be changing this out right away. I do have one on the rack, I believe. I think I do, the Delrin version. Yep, I do. So I will be changing that out. That's the part number for the Delrin skid. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll be changing that out right away. Get rid of that that catch-up point right there, that hang-up point right there. We'll change that out. New sliders. This is the V2 sliders. They're a little bit different. They're still plastic, but I do like that they've put this reinforcement in them a little bit back here. They didn't have this in the original one, so they do seem a little bit more stiffer. And they're shiny plastic. These ones are shiny plastic. I think my other ones are just the matte finish plastic. So those are new. Shocks are new. So other than that, the chassis is pretty much standard. In the bags there, you'll get your battery mounts. You've got your extra, again, I'll be changing this out anyways. You've got your extra plug for your lights, which are pre-installed on the body, which we'll get to. And we went through the tires, we did the rims. Yeah, I think that's it. Shocks with the leak protection X-ring system. X-ring tech shocks. Again, I don't put much fluid in, just a couple drops to keep them lubricated and moving. But I'll probably be taking the springs out. I usually take the springs out, but we'll see, because these are the soft. This is my first time with the super soft leaf springs. I don't have those on any other of my rigs, but I would like to get that front shackle, the leaf shackle. It's pretty straight up and down here. You can see that. I would like to try and get it a little bit lower so the shackles are at a better angle, like out in there. It'll eventually do that as you break in those leaves, but I want to maybe see about getting this thing a little bit lower. I know that you can't do the Grande 2 shock hoops because it won't fit with the motor, so we aren't able to change those out to drop it down a little bit more, but we'll see what we can do. We're going to drive it stock, I'm sure, except for, of course, we're going to get rid of that belly catch. We'll change that out before we take it out. And yeah, so the chassis is pretty much the same. A little bit changes there. The knuckles, of course, with the dual axle in the steering knuckles, that I like that they've put the dual bearings in there, and we'll see how that works. I think that'll work a lot better than what they had before. And of course, the rear axle doesn't look like there's any changes to that, except for the leaves are mounted underneath. I love that. That to me is a big deal. I think that's going to make a big difference in how this thing articulates and how it breaks in and gets over some of the stuff out there. Plastic bumper mounts. Again, I'm not a big fan of plastic bumper mounts, but I run them until they break, and then I replace them with the aluminum. The bumpers, I guess, are the V2 version. Let's get into those. Might as well while we're at it. I know this is going to be a long video, guys, but I want to go through this truck with you. It's actually, I think this is the first RTR version since the Miller Motorsports, which we all know, if you've gone back and watched my videos, and if you haven't, go back and watch, has been an absolute nightmare for me. And I think I got it figured out, but I haven't taken it out since I sorted out and found out my issues. So hopefully I'll get that out soon. So yeah, these are the V2 front bumper, winch mount bumper. Not 100% sure. I'd have to have a look at one of the originals. Maybe a little different down here. And they got the holes here. And same for the rear bumper. They have now stamped it here with RC4WD drive. This has been added, this extra support. Plastic again. I do like their bumpers. I don't like this bumper so much. I have the straight bumper, metal bumper, RC4WD drive straight bumper on my other TF2 Toyota cab. But yeah, so that's your bumpers. So I'll probably mount them up just to protect the body a little bit and see about when they're going to release the V2 in aluminum and change them out to aluminum. They do take a bit better of a beating. So let's get to the body. The cream of the whole kit to me. So I just had the hood up there when we started back, so you do have the hood support. It does fold back down and lock into place there. There's a little catch for it. So we'll tilt that up. Hopefully you guys are getting a good shot of that. You got your two magnets here, and they're really good magnets. It took me a lot to get that hood to pop up. So you got your detailed motor. Pretty darn good detailing in there, actually. They've got the plug wires and everything. I'm in the middle of doing the K10 engine bay, the V8 engine bay for my RC4WD drive Blazer, and of course you don't get all this with it. It comes in three different parts, so you get the engine bay with the main pieces, then you get two auxiliary or accessory part bags that you got to buy. So I've ordered those, and hopefully they'll be in soon so I can keep working on that, and we'll do a video on that once I get it all done. But yeah, nice engine bay. The paint is amazing. I do like that they put the Toyota logo on the grill on this one. Really like it. Love that. Everything looks really good. Everything looks fit and finished really well. And I think, to me, I find that the body is a little heavier. Maybe it's because of the engine bay being added in there. But maybe it's a different plastic, or they've made it a little thicker. I'm not sure. It just doesn't feel the same as my other TF2s. We've got a little bit of chrome knocked off that bumper, but no big deal. No big deal. And same on that one. So when it's coming out of the molding, I think they knocked it off a bit, cutting it off the tree maybe. And the interior is the full interior, so I eventually will be pulling that out, and we'll be detailing up the interior. I did order a couple of their new RC4WD drive driver kits there, the ones that you can paint by hand. I do have a couple of those now. I got those the other day also. So I might be doing one of those to put in here, see how that goes. I do have a couple more smaller G.I. Joes to put in a couple of rigs, so I might put her, I got another G.I. Jane, I guess you would call her, back in there. But yeah, of course you got the rubber rear mirrors. Like, really nice paint job. The paint is really good. All the lights are pre-installed. You get the side markers, tail lights. It's the basic kit, so you get the tail lights. There's your connection for the lights, and you get the headlights and the side markers up front. So really like what they've done with it. The body is freaking amazing. I do like that paint job in the blue. I'm kind of glad I went with the blue. They did a pretty good job with the paint. A little blemish here, you can see, wasn't masked off perfectly, but you know, like, that's because I have OCD. I pick up on these things, so nothing too bad there. You can see right there they didn't tape it off perfectly, but I do like the blue they used. I do like the contrast with the white. That side's a bit better, but about the same. Yeah, really like it. can't say enough about RC4WD drive hard bodies. Like the detail that they put into them is just amazing, and no different for this one. And I do like that they got the hood, the opening hood. Now let's work on the doors, RC4WD drive. Let's get these doors opening up. Just adds to the scale, and it's just, I just love it. You do it in the other bodies that are the kit versions, like the D90, 2015 D90 Defender. You do it in the black RTR 1987 extra cab. So let's get the Mojave going that way too. Yeah, so there's the body. Let's have a quick look in the bag and we'll wrap this up. I'm sure this is going to be long enough. We will wrap this video up. We'll just have a look to see what we got for extra parts in here. They always give you a good bunch of parts, RC4WD drive. So you got your rear pins for the back bed. I never use them. I don't use the screws for mounting the body. I put the grub screws in. I have a whole bunch of the small grub screws. I'll use those to mount the body. Steering link, so that's your extra steering link if you decide to change to leaf on top of the axle. This is the link you're probably going to need. Bunch of screws in there, so that's for mounting your body. Some link ends there for something. I'm not 100% sure what those are. I'll have to look in the book. You get the tool for taking off the hubs. So I think that's what that is. I think that's the plastic tool. Is it plastic or metal? Oh Christ, now we're going to have to open it up and look. So now we get longer video. Gotta see what that is. So that, yeah, I think that's plastic. But that's probably the tool to take off the hubs on the chassis. I do like that they've got those on there. I do have a set of locking hub, RC4WD drive locking hub somewhere on the shelf there. I'll probably change the front ones out so you see the locking ability there, the scale look. You got some extra springs in there for your shocks and screws. There's your battery straps, extra centers for your drive shafts, expansions for your drive shaft. Oh, and of course they don't put the hooks on. I hate that when they have a pre-painted body and don't add the hooks when they paint it, because now you gotta glue those buggers in there, and I don't like making a mess, so I'm gonna have to spend time putting those in. So your bed hooks and your battery straps and your plug for the ESC, which we will run for the first while on LiPo, of course, and look at changing that out. So yeah, and your mirror decals for the mirrors, side mirrors, get those put on. Extra leaves, and there's only 2 leaves, I believe. So these are extra leaves. Yep, these are the extra leaves, which is interesting that they gave you those and not the main leaf for connecting. But yeah, those are, yeah, you've got 2 leaves installed, a medium and a long, the main leaf and a medium. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. So you got extra leaves. Oh, that's my part. Yeah, that's about it for there. Oh yes, and you've got your, you got the inner fenders, which are Lexan pre-painted, ready to go. We'll get those installed. Gotta have those on there. Just makes a huge scale difference when you're looking at the truck. So we'll get those installed. I'll probably do a video when I get everything the way I want it on this truck. I'll do another follow-up video on it. So you get those. I think that's it. Got the bumpers. We looked at those. We looked at all the little pieces. And we got, of course, please, RC4WD drive, just start changing to, just even if it's a 2S. Low C rating, it doesn't matter. Just, like, I'll never use these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I have lots of them. Nickel metal hydrate, 7.2 volt, 3000 mAh. Like, I'll never use them. It's great that you provide a battery so that you can run it right out of the box. It is true RTR, run it out of the box. Always great to see that. But let's start going with a lithium battery. It doesn't have to be an expensive one. Just give us a lithium. It's a little bit better of a battery. I know that you want to include a charger. And of course, you got the same charger with all the adapters. I've got a few of those lying around now that I'll probably never use. And of course your batteries for your receiver, so for your radio. So you're ready to go right out of the box, as you always with RC4WD drive. Just I will never use that. It's great, don't get me wrong, RC4WD drive, it's great that you do this so that someone can buy this kit, open the box, charge up a battery, and go. I love that you guys do that. So that's it, guys. I think that's all we're going to do today on this one. We went over the decal sheet already. So there we go. We have the new RC4-wheel drive 1982 Toyota 4-wheel drive RTR. Ready to go. I love it. So guys, thanks for watching. Again, thanks to all those new subscribers. Since I put up that RC Hobby Room tour video, I've gained, I think it's 34 or 36 subscribers just from that video. 1.4K views on that video, which was uploaded 4 days ago. That's awesome. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate you coming back. Even if you don't watch the whole video, like I said before, just play it, walk away. I need the watch hours. I'm really short on watch hours. That's my own fault, of course. I should start doing maybe some live streams. The older I get, the more I want to be more involved with the, well, I'm up there in age anyways, the more involved I want to get on YouTube with the channel. I'm getting close to the point of not wanting to wear the taking the uniform off. 34 years of service, that's getting to be about enough. I want to retire out of that and do something different for a few years. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, guys, thanks for all the new subscribers. The support is appreciated. And again, shout out to RC New for becoming an RC4-wheel drive team driver here in Canada. That's awesome. That's great for Canada. That's great for the RC community here in Canada and the trail and the scale. He does amazing stuff. Check him out. He does have a YouTube channel. Not a lot uploaded on that, but he does a lot on Instagram. And again, it's RC_Newf, N-E-W-F. Check him out. Follow him. Go to his YouTube channel and subscribe. I'm sure he'll be uploading more videos as he's now becoming a little bit more famous in the Canada eyes of RC4-wheel drive. So again, congratulations, and everybody, thanks for watching. And remember, keep the wheels to the ground, and everybody stay safe, and we'll see you at the next one.